Hello, today is the anniversary of the death in 1985 of George Brown. He was Deputy Prime Minister for quite a period in the 1980s under Harold Wilson's Labour government. When it came for him to write his memoirs, he consulted a colleague who'd been a civil servant when he was Foreign Secretary, who said that there was only one way of describing his style, and so his book, his autobiography, is called In My Way. And in an interview, George Brown, that I've heard, Lord George Brown speaks about how important it was to him in his political career always to do what he thought was right. He didn't mean it in my way in a selfish sort of sense, but in the sense that he was being honest and that he was sticking to his integrity. And he says in this interview that there were a number of times when he resigned rather than do something or agree to something that he didn't agree with or feel was right to do. He had a fatal flaw because he was an alcoholic, and this was, I think, what stopped him getting the highest office in the end. But he did. He was Foreign Secretary. He was Secretary of State for Economic Affairs. Very powerful man, and yet he was able to stick to his principles. And I think that sometimes in our generation, this principle in politics has got a bit lost. But I want today to think particularly about our own approach to life, because I do think sometimes we need to do it our way. We need to make sure that when we are involved in decision making in any part of our lives, that we stick to our beliefs and that we're not swayed by the desire to agree with others, to make others happy, to be promoted. We want to actually find that the most important thing in our lives is that we are true to ourselves. And sometimes there is a need for compromise. Sometimes we have to allow ourselves to go along with something with which we do not entirely agree. But I can feel that we're not breaking our integrity in order to go along with it. But there are times when we really have to stand out and say quite clearly, this is not my way, this is not how I think this should be done. And so today I want to encourage us all to hold on to that principle, that it is important in life to make sure that we're honest and true to ourselves, and that we are able, without becoming conformists, without giving way to current trends, without allowing ourselves to be over-influenced by other people, we always stand for what we believe to be true and just.